Welcome to Forging a Life podcast with Coach Christine Clark. Forging a Life is a Sunglow Transformation production aired on Transformation Talk Radio and all your favorite podcast platforms. If you own a business, have a side hustle, desire to make the leap into self-employment, or just love human interest stories, Forging a Life podcast is for you. Christine Clark is an internationally certified transformational life coach. She is the coach for your entrepreneurial life, and these are her people. Jump into the fire with those forging success on their own terms with courage, tenacity, and resilience. These are men and women you could easily meet on the street in your own community. Gain wisdom, insight, knowledge, and inspiration each episode as these business owners get transparent with Coach Christine Clark, sharing their passions, challenges, and origin stories. This is Forging a Life.
Hello and welcome to today's Forging a Life podcast. I am Coach Christine Clark, and today I have my good friend and special guest, Jennifer Schaefer. Jennifer is revealing your inner hero coaching entrepreneur. She's done so much in her life. I know her as a consummate student, and you're going to hear about a woman that has done so much and has continually opened up her future step by step by step. And I'm just excited to have you here with us today, Jenn.
Well, Christine, I just want to say thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be here with you. And we have been on a journey together for over the last 5 years. We started our journey together in coaching. That's just been an absolute pleasure to know you. We've worked together. We've done some events together, and it really does take doing the deeper work. To do the deeper work, you really need a coach. So I'm grateful that you have been that for me. And I know what it has done for your clients and what it can do for anyone who's ready to show up and do the deeper work. So yeah, I absolutely appreciate your skills and your natural ability to take your clients deeper. I think finding a mentor, a guru, who is a step ahead is we always are learning from each other. So yeah, so Christine, I started off in apparel design, and that was it was probably 23, 24 years ago. I did that, launched a label, Kiki Couture, and that was so fun for me. It was a great creative outlet. Yeah. And then I had 3 boys. So I was a stay-at-home mom and an entrepreneur at the same time, which was like the best years ever of my life. It taught me a ton. It taught me so much about, being with people, being with lots of different personalities, because as a mom, you are with your kiddos and all of the kiddos that go along with your kiddos, right?
I don't know about you. I know when I did that, I was school volunteer and homeroom parent and did some of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. Completely involved. And, as a stay-at-home mom, it was so important to take care of yourself. That's how I got into and shifted into fitness and wellness coaching, was because it was very important to take care of yourself as a mom. So that's what led me to becoming a personal trainer through National Academy of Sports Medicine, and then went on to be a corrective exercise specialist through them as well.
So it was a personal for you to be fit, be healthy while you were running your business and running a household and being mom.
Absolutely. You absolutely have to take care of yourself. And I'm sure as a mom, you realize that. You already know that.
Right. Because, when mom's happy, everybody's happy. If mom's not, then it's difficult. We are the center of the family. And I think you're spot on. Self-care is huge.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so that's what led me into Beachbody. And that is where I discovered personal development, because that was a very fundamental and essential part of the Beachbody culture, was personal development. What I realized, Christine, was that my clients, my fitness clients, would hit a plateau. And what I realized was inevitably the source of that plateau was more from a mindset, limiting belief, emotional block than anything else. It was this big aha moment. And that's where I was like, oh, I totally understand now where personal development comes in, because it goes way beyond the physical realm and into something else. And that's how I discovered yoga. That was a personal journey into mind, body, and spirit, which changed a lot for me.
So how did you know, and was that part of the Beachbody teaching about the self-development pieces, or was it just something that you discovered? Because my unfair bias is if you are working out regularly, you're eating well, then you're going to be healthy and happy.
Well, absolutely. So it's all together, right? Yeah, you can be physically fit and eating well and completely happy. You absolutely can, because a lot of that physical fitness brings in all of the beautiful endorphins and all the goodness that, especially if you're nourishing your body properly. But my personal experience, so I got into yoga quite by accident, really, because as a certified personal trainer, we do what they call, continued ed. Mm-hmm. And so it just so happens that I decided, I think my continued ed will be yoga. But when I went through the yoga 200-hour training, it was like, oh my gosh, this is way different than I thought it was, which expanded my personal experience with personal development even more. So, every stepping stone.
What was your preconceived idea about what yoga was?
It was another piece of physical fitness.
And what did you discover when you got into it? What was the difference?
It is very transformational. It is mind, body, and spirit. And so it goes much deeper. It teaches a whole nother level of self-evolution, really tapping in to connect with your higher self, which is a game changer.
Right. When we met first in 2015, we were in a coaching certification week. What brought you to that coaching program?
What I had recently gone through divorce, and it was time to really dive into what is my purpose here. What is my purpose here? So I can say 10 or 15 years ago, Christine, I had my own personal experience with anxiety, and I went to see my doctor, and, his answer to anxiety was medicine, because that's what he does, right? He's a medical doctor, and that's what they do. They prescribe medicine. But my answer to it was, there must be another way. And so as I stepped into coaching and yoga, meditation was key in healing and moving through my season of anxiety. And so I discovered meditation. I discovered yoga, and something led me into coaching. And so, because the personal development piece of it all, right?
Right.
And so what I'm learning is that, and I just want to say that that was like over 10 years ago now that I started meditating. And that's just sustainable personal development, evolution right there. That there are certain things that stick, and there are certain things that are deeply transformational. Yeah, right. And so absolutely. Meditation is one of those pieces that I bring into my coaching, because it really is, it's a good reminder of what consistency can provide if you have a a meditation practice, going deep within. Anyway, so that's where a mission of mine was born, because what meditation did for me was self-care, taught me self-compassion, and it has given me self-evolution.
And that's kind of a mission statement for you at this point.
Right. It is. Yeah, I want to bring self-care, self-compassion, and self-evolution to those who are ready and willing.
So tell us, let's just skip ahead. I want to have you talk to people about what it is you do now, and then we can kind of go back and fill in between, what led you there. Because what I see in your work, Jenn, is a beautiful confluence of specific techniques and specific things that is actually really robust. So just tell us about what you're doing now, working with people.
What I do to work with people today, Christine, is I do one-on-one coaching and group events. The way I see it, and we've talked about this too, is there are a lot of programs out there that are really rich and valuable, and you can sign up and you can get the 12 modules to come into your inbox, and you can watch them at any time. And I think what you and I do really deeply is work one-on-one with clients so they can get that deeper transformation. Right?
Yeah, it's easy to sign up for a program, but chances of whether you do it or not are 50-50. And even if you do it, being able to make those real shifts on your own is almost impossible. And absolutely, that one-on-one working with people is where the real power comes from. And you have some just amazing tools in your toolbox. Talk to us about RIM.
Oh, RIM is my magic sauce, my secret sauce. It's one of the things that sets me apart from other, I think, coaches and consultants and in the industry is RIM, which RIM, R-I-M, regenerating images and memory, is a form of transformational facilitation that unleashes inner resources for self-insight and healing. And there's a lot of healing that goes on when you come into a RIM session, which is 60 to 90 minutes. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but it is a very thorough process, and it allows my clients to dive deep into their emotions, learning what their behavior patterns are that have blocked them from having what they want. There's a lot of emotional healing inside. I've had a lot of sessions with clients, and I will say this too, is that these sessions are through Zoom or over the phone. And so I've really been able to have the opportunity to work with people from across the globe.
Yeah.
And so this is something that works, for men, women, and children.
And then when we did a RIM session, I got to be your guinea pig and do a practice session, which was lovely. We were doing that over Zoom, and I remember, I laid down on the floor, and it's kind of, in my mind, it was kind of like a guided meditation. You were walking me through and allowing just whatever the mind was going to bring forward. And I do remember that it just seemed like the time, like I was sure it was like 20 minutes. And you said, no, we were like going on an hour 15, hour 20. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, it goes really fast. I guess it's the methodology, how you walk people through that.
Yes. And the thing is that you said that I guided you, and really I was guiding you through you, like the client is always that choice, and I am following you and your experience and allowing it to go deeper. And one of the things that we're trained in is emotional safety, to make sure that the client is safe. And so, who knows what you're going to find when you go exploring and getting into that deeper internal work. It is just sustainable transformation.
What are some of the outcomes that some of your clients might have experienced doing this?
I've helped people with physical pain. Sometimes this can help release, a lot of us will hold on to tension in our bodies. And one of the things that RIM can do is come in and dissipate the tension. So I wanted to say thank you for an incredible session. The sadness that I have felt since my grandmother's death has lifted. And so this also works with grieving. This is a very beautiful method to move through a grieving process. Yeah, so such a magical, soulful, energetic feeling of true alignment. This is what one of my clients has shared. It's also, there's what's called intergenerational healing. And so this too will allow us to move through different layers of healing through generations. It has helped many of my clients move through imposter syndrome, entrepreneurs who are struggling with, putting together and asking for money.
Beautiful. A lot of good testimonial for what the work has done for your clients. You do the RIM. That's is RIM primary for you right now as far as what most of your coaching is?
It is part of my coaching.
Okay.
It is part of my coaching. Absolutely.
And so tell me some of the other things that you do. Yeah.
As you know, as we go and learn all sorts of different things, it all kind of comes together so we can help our clients, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing Jungian coaching right now. So until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. That is Carl Jung.
Mm-hmm.
And
there is
deep. I know, it's so true. And it also, that quote is perfect for both my Jungian coaching avenue as well as my yoga, as well as the energy codes, as well as RIM. It all really blends together really well. But the deeper work in the program is, what to say is that, like, we have a program that's running behind the scenes, right? So we have beliefs that are just naturally running because we picked them up along the way and we don't know any different. And so, we can come into that place of fun exploration with light and shadow work, with visualizations, with dream work. And it powerfully connects and changes the relationship you have with yourself, consciously and unconsciously. It brings it all together. If you find that you are ready to go deeper, this is something that I have. This is something that I offer, and this journey is for you.
So people can come and work with you with yoga, with the energy codes, with the Jungian coach framework, with the light and shadow work, visualizations, dream work, and also with RIM. How does all this blend together?
I'm so glad you asked, and you probably know this is part of your practice too, is that everybody is different. Mm-hmm. Everybody's experience is different. Everybody's mind is different. Everybody's place in their journey is different. And so to connect and understand where they are and work from, I always meet my client exactly where they are.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking the other day and about, where we came from meeting in 2015 at the coaching certification program and how much growth that we have each seen. And, individually as well as together as we've explored in practice and done events and that kind of thing. And the comment you made was, and I feel like I'm just starting. I'm just starting. And that's what I see in you. I've seen that, the RIM and the Jungian and the yoga are all things that are coming together. And it's like it's a launching pad. So what's the future for you? What do you see for yourself, for your practice, for the people that are going to work with you?
Oh, and because technology has enabled us to really reach across the globe, I see personal retreats that will be in person someday. And I also see online retreats, bringing a community together and doing some deeper work one-on-one, through Reveal Your Inner Hero. I'm here to impact and create sustainable personal evolution.
Perfect. That's beautiful. I love, everything that you bring to your clients and where you are going with all of this. I want to go back into the past and just take a look at what were some of the most challenging times for you. Was there ever a time where you didn't know where you were going, or were wondering why am I doing X, Y, and Z? Yeah. Any of that?
Oh, goodness sakes. So what comes to mind? There are many things that come to mind, but what's popping in my head right now, and I don't know why, I think because it's a beautiful sunny day and it's cool and crisp. And I just remember back in college, I was a non-traditional student. I had gone back to Ball State University to do their apparel design program. And I had this teacher, this instructor, this professor who was so hard on me. And what I mean by that is that she challenged the heck out of me. I think she saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. At the time, it was very scary to me because she kept challenging me. And I remember I went in for a midterm exam, and it was like a lab. So we had to do some draping on a dress form, and she passed out these pictures to all of us to do something, which I assumed would have been out of the textbook, something that we had studied. And but no, she passed me this picture, and I looked at it and I thought, oh my gosh, it was almost like a Project Runway moment, right? You had 60 minutes or 90 minutes or however long to turn this, piece of fabric into this design, this picture that she just had given you. So you have to really dig deep to get creative, especially because it's not what I had to do was not a skill that had been taught in class. And I thought at that time, I was like, oh my gosh, how in the world is this going to even, there's no way.
The panic moment, right?
I absolutely. But something inside of me was just like, you've got to stick with this. You've got to make this happen. Like you've been through this, this whole program. You cannot, this was at the end of, it was like at the very end, very advanced class. And I just remember feeling that inside, that burning passion, like nobody's going to get me on this skirt. Like I can do this skirt no matter what. I'm going to make this happen. But yeah, I mean, that was like a very pivotal moment in my journey, because I remember walking across campus to go back out to my car after I turned my project in, my midterm exam in. But I was walking out to the car across the campus and I was crying, like that was what felt like so much pressure, what felt like I'm just not going to make it, what felt like this is the end of my career as what I want to do, I look back at that moment and I'm just so grateful that she pushed me, that she challenged me, that she saw something in me that I didn't see in myself at the time, and that's one of the things that inspires me about being a coach is that we have that opportunity to see what our clients maybe can't see in themselves yet, right? It's there.
Absolutely. There's so much in that story, Jenn, because what I'm hearing is it was a throwdown. It was a challenge. This is what you have to do. There's no escape. There's no way out. So you have to gather yourself, gather your wits, do the best you can. You walked out of there thinking you had totally failed. And my guess is that's not the outcome. That's not the outcome.
I did not totally fail. And it's because I had a really great coach. That's the thing. As a coach, you have to know when to really challenge and push and when to give it a little, back off a bit so that it can all integrate. So I learned a lot from her.
Yeah. Absolutely. So in that piece, in that story, what was your big takeaway?
I can do hard things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was thinking. It's the challenge, but you did it. And then once you have done a thing that was really challenging, then there is that boost of, I can do this. I survived. I didn't crash and burn. Yay. So that's
and
huge.
You can go back to that and be reminded of, I can do hard things when I don't even know how to do them.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever life throws, I can do this. I can do hard things. That's beautiful, Jenn. That is beautiful.
Thank you, Christine. Yeah, I think that everybody has that hero within them. It's there. And you just have to connect and take the time to create the relationship with that inner hero so you can be your own inner hero.
That's what I see in your story, is that you intuit each of the steps along the way when you are going from, as a mom, working at home, working with kids, the choice to do the self-care and become fit led you to Beachbody, the opening in Beachbody with the self-development piece, that inner piece led you to other things down the line and into coaching. And looking back, what I see are just like stair steps or ladder steps. It's just one after the other. And for you to talk about, that inner hero and that relationship with the inner hero, you're the go-to person because you've done that, from my perspective, your whole life.
You just have to keep saying yes to the journey.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's in front of you? Well, do that. What's in front of you? Do that.
Yes. You just have to keep saying yes to your journey.
Well, Jenn, this has been a lovely conversation. I so enjoy connecting with you. Having you on the Forging a Life podcast is delicious, and can't wait for us to share this conversation with the world. Again, we can, if you want to hook up, find Jenn Schaefer. She is at revealyourinnerhero.com for yoga, for RIM sessions, for Jungian coaching, to go deep, learn to breathe. You want to connect with Jenn. Thank you, Jenn.
Thank you, Christine.